Hold on, trying to get Mike to work.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2.
Testing, testing, 1, 2.
There we go.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. There we go. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. There we go. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2.
All right. So y'all should be able to hear me now. There we go. Should have it fixed now, so should be able to mute it like that if I need to. But welcome to my stream, everyone. I'll be playing Assassin's Creed, the Ezio Collection. To start off with Assassin's Creed 2. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, as seen from my tattoo here. That's upside down, but yeah, basically that's Ezio in the center of it. So I'm happy to start this with you guys and start this journey with you. And I'm going to be doing a series to where I walk you through each of the Assassin's Creed games. I'll be reading the historical context behind each character, and also the historical things behind each building and stuff like that. So let's hop into Assassin's Creed 2 first. There is movies on here, Assassin's Creed Lineage, and there's also Assassin's Creed Embers. This is pretty much before Ezio became an assassin, and this is whenever you play. This is whenever you basically see the works of his father, Giovanni Auditore, and basically how the feud between the Borgia happens and stuff. And then this is at the end of Ezio's life, Assassin's Creed Embers. Basically, it explains how he passed on his knowledge to this basically Asian assassin back. So we're going to start off with Assassin's Creed 2 first. And to anyone that's basically joining this and all that stuff, it's nice to have you here and all that stuff, and nice to have you in the stream and everything. So alright, so Assassin's Creed 2, let's begin. I have previous files on here, but let's go to options. Everything's fine on there, so this is my completed profile I had back then, but I'll start another one, and I'll call this one -2. So that should be fine. Now let's delve into this world.
I'm a prisoner of war. A war I never knew existed. waged by two groups I never thought were real.
The first
Templars
game,
and
he
Assassins.
plays as pretty much just explaining everything that happened in
The
the
Animus showed me the truth.
first game in this.
The things I've seen, the things I've been. 1,000 years of history flowing through my veins, brought to life by this machine. They're using it. Using me to search for something. Call it the Apple. It's an artifact. One of many so-called pieces of Eden. The Templars collect them. It's how they stay in power. And if the Templars get their hands on another one, everything will change. They want to make us all their slaves. When they first brought me here, I was afraid of what would happen if I tried to fight back. Now? Now I'm afraid of what will happen if I don't. But I can't do it alone. And maybe I don't have to. I met someone. Her name is Lucy. I think she's on my side. She's gone now. She's taken away by that bastard Warren Vidic and his Templar masters. I don't know what will happen to her, or what'll happen to me. All I know is I need to get out of here. And I need to do it soon. My name is Desmond Miles, and this is my story.
Alright, so we're starting gameplay right now. This is where the last game left off, looking at all these different marks on the walls that Subject 16 had left before. In blood and all that is still visible there. And basically they're all different things pertaining to different cultures and stuff like that. They're pretty much all over this laboratory here, or all over this Animus
Where have
room.
you been? Why did they...
I can enter Eagle Vision in here, and you'll notice that there's all these markings all over the floors that Subject 16 had left too, all over the walls and everything else like that. So, but we're gonna go and head over to the
What's with
Animus
the blood? Are you okay?
Look, we have maybe 10
at the end of the
minutes,
story.
maybe,
So,
before they figure out what I've done. If we're not out of here and on the road before then.
Wait, we're leaving?
Desmond, I promise I'll answer all of your questions later. But right now, I need you to just shut up and do what I say. So please, get in the Animus.
All right.
looks like we gotta get in the Animus. Maria Auditory.
Spingi! Spingi! Di nuovo! Sì, sì, brava! It is a boy.
Oh, my love. Mi dispiace. I was at the bank when they told me. Did I miss it? Am I too late? Give him here.
Giovanni.
Shh, my love. It will be all right. Tu sei un uditore. Sei un combattente. Perciò, combatti. Listen to him. A fine set of lungs.
And what shall we call him, my love?
Ezio. Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
Get up. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need a second.
There isn't time, Desmond. We have to leave.
So during that sequence, he was playing as the baby, so that's why he's kind of a little bit off and awkward and stuff like that. So, all right.
Really getting out of here, huh? Abstergo's got some fucked
Let's
up
get out of that
interior
room that we were in.
Stay close.
Hey! You're not supposed to be up here! Open this door! I'm calling it in. We have a breach in the research wing. I repeat, there's been a breach in the research
This
wing.
way.
Requesting
walls.
backup from...
Fancy.
Rolling on out
There
this
they
way.
are! Don't let them get away!
Holy shit! Look at this place. What about the cameras?
I rigged them to loop old footage. How do you think I managed to hide all your nighttime snooping from Abstergo?
You're good.
So I've been told. But they're on to us now. We need to hurry.
And hurry, we will.
Careful. We need to get to that elevator on the other side of the room. Follow my lead, but keep an eye out for security. I'd rather avoid a fight.
Alright, so I gotta follow her and her every move.
Is that an Animus?
Careful.
What the? How many of them are there?
Wait.
Is it Animuses or Animi? What do you think, Lucy? Lucy? What do they need with all of them?
Desmond. Fuck. I thought this card would work. Must be on a separate system, and I don't have the code.
Wait.
Using Eagle Vision.
Shit. Come on.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
Let's go. It's always something.
What was that in the Animus? Subject 16? Ezio, Audi something?
I think we've been wrong all along. That's why we need to get out of here. Vidic and the Templars, they're only part of the problem.
What do you mean?
I'll explain when we get there.
Get where?
His combat kind of sucks at the beginning because he hasn't picked up enough on the bleeding effect, which is something that the Animus offers to give him training through his ancestors and stuff like that. So he only has a little bit of training from the Altair stuff and all that. He'll get better training with Ezio. So there we go, we're done with that. So it's kind of dark in here. I guess I follow her.
Get in.
You're joking.
It's for your own protection.
Oh, man.
We're almost there.
Thanks for that. It was great. Shoving the trunk, bouncing around. Loved
This way.
it. So, gonna tell me what's going on now?
There was a reason for the escape, Desmond.
Figures.
We need your help.
For what? Another treasure hunt through time?
Abstergo's gonna replace their Apple of Eden. The map your ancestor found guarantees it. The other assassins, they'll do what they can, where they can, but
What? What is it?
we're losing this war, Desmond. The Templars are too powerful. And every day, more of us die.
I still don't see how I fit into things.
We're going to train you. Turn you into one of us.
What? No. No, you've seen me in action. I'm no good at this, and even if I was, it would take months. Years even.
No. Not with the Animus. Not with the bleeding effect.
But I'm just one guy.
Sometimes, that's all you need.
So that's why you found him. My ancestor. What was his name? Ezio?
If you can follow in his footsteps, you'll learn everything he did, just like he did. Years of training, absorbed in a matter of days.
You broke me out of Abstergo and brought me here just to make me an assassin?
Look, there's more to it than that, but it'll have to wait. Trust me, okay?
All right, I'm in. Tell me what you need.
Really? You're sure?
I thought you'd be happy about this.
Sorry, I'm just a little surprised. I spent the whole ride over here figuring out how I was gonna convince you to do this.
Save it. After what those Templar bastards put me through, I'm ready, willing, and able.
Thank you.
Lucy! You made it! God, it's been so long. 7 years, can you believe it?
Indeed. Welcome back. Ah, so this must be the infamous Subject 17. Desmond Miles, was it?
Who are you?
I'm sorry, where are my manners? I'm Sean Hastings. This is Rebecca Crane.
Nice to meet you, Desmond.
Right, well, it's been lovely chatting, but if you don't mind, Desmond, it's best we get straight to work. Time is precious. Doubly so these days.
We've got everything set up and ready, Lucy. Just say the word and we'll get...
I'm going to take down the sensitivity of the microphone real quick. Let's see here. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go.
Get going.
That's
Here,
pretty good.
I brought you something.
Reasonable level now.
A
Sorry
parting
if it was
gift
too
from
loud on
Mr.
your ears
Dell.
earlier, guys.
The memory core! This is amazing. With their data, things are gonna go a lot faster.
A bit of technical
I'll get
issues.
to work on merging the code.
So- Alright, so now we're going to talk to the team. This is Sean Hastings.
What's all this stuff for?
This stuff, Desmond. Oh, this stuff is nothing special, really, this stuff. It's just the stuff that keeps our entire operation from falling apart, really. It requires a great deal of concentration to keep it all moving, so you'll forgive me if I don't have time to play meet and greet.
Sean's in charge of maintaining our knowledge archives. It's like a digital library. He'll be riding shotgun with me while you're in the Animus. So if you come across anything of note, people, places, events, etc., he'll create database entries you can consult for additional information.
Yeah, it's not just databases, though. I also provide tactical support for the other assassins. You know, Desmond, the ones who are out there, actually doing stuff, risking their lives, little things like that. Hello, Desmond. Go away.
Alright, so I'm done talking to him for now. We'll go to Lucy.
Hey, listen. I just wanted to say thank you. And that I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know, before. Everything at Abstergo. It was just... I wasn't ready.
It's okay.
No. Going through all that. Knowing that the Templars still exist, what they're planning.
What's done is done, Desmond. You're here now, and that's what matters.
Lucy, I've been seeing things. Symbols in my bedroom. The code on the keypad. Just like Altair.
It's from the bleeding effect. You're taking on more than your ancestors' memories. You're taking on their skills, too. In this case, Eagle Vision.
Skills?
You're more receptive now. So if all goes well, everything Ezio learns in the Animus, you'll learn too.
You really think this will work? That I'll become an assassin?
You already are an assassin. You'll just be better at it.
Yeah, hopefully much better at it. I mean, seriously, I saw the tapes from Abstergo. You didn't even try and escape.
What a dick.
Sorry, Desmond. I've got some stuff to take care of. We can talk more later.
And now it's time to talk to Rebecca Crane.
Hey, Desmond. What's up?
Just wondering what your role is in all this.
I take care of Baby. It's my job to keep her up and running.
Baby? You mean the Animus?
Actually, I prefer Animus 2.0, since Baby's twice as awesome as anything you'll find at Abstergo. The Templars might have deeper pockets than us, but they've got no ambition, no passion, no competitive edge. That's why, even with all their resources, anything they can do, I can do better. Faster, too. Anyway, take a seat when you're ready, and we can get started. I just need to make a few more adjustments. Sorry, can't talk now.
Alright, this time they're getting the Animus.
So how does this work? Of course.
Deep breath.
Ah! Oh, what are you, a tiny child?
Sean!
Well...
So right now, we're about to go to Renaissance, Florence, Italy. So this is pretty much the Animus precursor right here. Or the Animus program loading up. Taking us back to the memory of our ancestor. Republica Florentina, 1476. I'll probably do this for at least another 30 minutes, I should say, and then give it a little break. So, let me just get a little bit closer.
Insieme per la vittoria!
Insieme.
Silenzio, my friends! Silenzio! Grazie. Do you know what brings us here tonight? Honor. Vieri de Pazzi slanders my family's name and forces
Sorry
his
for
own
the
misery
squeaking
upon
off my
us.
chair.
If we...
Enough of your nonsense, Grullo!
Buonasera, Via. We were just talking about you. I'm surprised to see you here. I thought the Pazzi hired others to do their dirty work.
It's your family that cries for guards when there's trouble, Gottardo. Afraid to handle things yourself?
Your sister seemed quite satisfied with the handling I gave her earlier.
Uccidetelo!
He talks shit on his sister. Boys will be boys, fight Vieri di Pazzi's men.
Hey! Behind you!
Federico! What are you doing here?
I wanted to see if baby brother had finally learned how to fight.
And?
You have style. But endurance is what counts. Let's see how many of them you can ruin before they get the best of you.
It's better if you do counters, like in some situations, like if you're surrounded by people like this. So we hold R2 and just press square as they swing on you. Lodge his Adam's apple in his throat. Knocked him out pretty good. This guy, he got up after that move somehow. Huh. There we go. Now you want to fight dirty, huh?
Hold on.
What? You almost won this.
Your lip.
Just a scratch.
Let the doctor decide.
It's not necessary. Besides, I've no money for this doctor of yours.
Wasted it on women and wine, huh?
I'd hardly call it wasted. Give me some florins then. Or have you done the same?
Search them. There's bound to be something in their pockets.
So now we're going to be doing this boring task of looting people. There's going to even be more boring tasks later, like basically getting chests and all that stuff, so it's going to be fun. But we need the capital, so definitely need the money. Because later on I get to do improvements to Villa in this game. It's called the Monteriggioni Villa. That's located in Monteriggioni, Italy. So basically that's where my whole base of operations is going to be throughout this whole entire game. So there should be more guys to live around here.
Va bene. That should be enough. Let's get out of here before the guards arrive.
I'm gonna loot the rest of these bodies. I want all the money. Memory activated. Your next memory available memory is always shown on your mini map. I should be able to loot this guy. There we go. So now they're going to give me tidbits of information about some of the people like Federico Auditore. His date of birth is 1456. His profession is a student noble. Ezio's older brother and the eldest Auditore, Federico, entered the Medici Bank as a clerk when he was 19. However, the bank logs indicate he mostly dicked around rather than actually working. One entry goes into detail. On September 17, 1475, a bag of gold florins went missing. After panic struck the bank, the elder Auditore approached Francesco Sassetti and with a smile revealed the location of the bag, which had been hidden on the rooftop. If you weren't the son of Giovanni Auditore, I'd speak to Lorenzo de' Medici and have him put in the stocks. Unsurprisingly, Federico was removed from the bank's payroll shortly after his 20th birthday. There's also going to be other entries that we can view in the pause menu. So we go to database, recent entries. We get to look at Ponte Vecchio, which is this bridge that we're on right now. This famous bridge spans the Arno at its narrowest point. The original version was presumably constructed by the Romans, but the first written records only appear in 996. Two previous incarnations of the bridge were swept away in floods before the present structure was built in 1345. A tower was built at the southeast corner to defend it. The bridge consists of three segmental arches. It has always had shops lining the central passageway, a feature which seems extraordinary now, but was common during the Renaissance. At first, butchers took up residence there, but over time they were pushed out by jewelers, souvenir shops, and creepy teenagers chaining locks to the bridge's railing and throwing the keys into the river in a bid for eternal love, not realizing that the locks would be cut off later that day by disgruntled Polizia. Everlasting indeed. San Giovanni district, which is the district that we're in right now. San Giovanni was named after St. John the Baptist, the patron saint of Florence. It is the oldest area of the city and the center of administration, encompassing the Palazzo della Signora. If big churches are your thing, head to Santa Maria del Fiore on the northern edge. It is the one with the gigantic dome. And in Firenze, the current area that we're in, founded by Julius Caesar in 59 BCE, Florentia, as it was called by the Romans, quickly became a center of commerce. After the sacking of Rome in the 5th century, the Ostrogoths took over. Under their rule, the city was constantly under attack from the Byzantines, who sent the population level below 1,000. The Lombards came to power in the 6th century, evading the Byzantine assaults. Florence grew to a population of 80,000 in the 14th century, of which 25,000 were working in the wool industry. In 1378, a major revolt of the lower class led to the wool combers rising up and seizing the government of the city. The progressive radical democracy lasted for less than 2 months before the upper classes seized control once more. But the revolt so terrified the rich that a century later it was still discussed in hushed tones, much as the 1960s hippie movement is today. The Albizzi family became the de facto rulers after the revolt, worried about the rise of the Medici family, who were newly rich bankers rapidly gaining influence in Florence. Maso and Rinaldo Albizzi imprisoned Cosimo de' Medici and exiled him in 1433, but Cosimo gained influence behind the scenes and rose to power in 1434, exiling the entire Albizzi family except for Luca, who had been loyal to Cosimo. Luca Albizzi joined the Signoria, the ruling body of Florence, as Gonfaloniere, succeeding Cosimo's old friend Ilario Auditore in 1442. Under the Medici family, which built the impressive public buildings and supported such luminaries as Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Botticelli, the Renaissance began with Florence securely at its center. And then this is Ezio Auditore, the guy that we're playing as. Place of date of birth, 1459, profession, student, noble. In a diary entry from 1474, Maria Auditore, one of the great Florentine chroniclers and Ezio's mother, describes his son as competitive, stubborn, and loudmouthed, but so passionate that it is impossible to fault him for anything. Complaints to the city guard by several noble patricians seem to suggest he was also something of a womanizer. Tutored by the great banker Giovanni Tornabuoni, Ezio's school records cease around age 17, at which point his name is connected with some terrible crime. It is impossible to discern what it could be from the records. There's very little here, but afterward Ezio drops out of history entirely, as if he never existed. Alright. So now...
Hurry, Ezio! The sooner we're done with the doctor, the sooner we can sleep.
You should see the other guy. Follow Federico to the doctor. Alright, so now we're going to follow Federico. There we go. Santa Trinitia. Santa Trinitia, constructed over an existing church in 1258, Santa Trinitia Holy Trinity is known for its Sassetti Chapel, which is decorated with frescoes of the life of Saint Francis by Domenico Ghirlandaio, a painter most famous for his brief role as one of Michelangelo's teachers. Santa Trinitia was the mother church of the Vallombrosan order of monks, a very serious group that strictly enforced both poverty and silence for life. Despite the beauty of the Santa Trinitia frescoes, very few Vallombrosan monks were likely to have seen them, on account of the fact that the monks received beatings for going outside the monastery. That's nice to know.
Ben trovato, Doctor.
Fratelli Auditori, why am I not surprised? You've made quite a mess of yourself, young man.
It's nothing, really.
You must help him. That pretty face is his only asset.
Fottiti.
There we are. Now get out of here.
Doctors. Rebecca says that doctor should be able to heal you if you pay him. Diagrams of the human body and printing press influenced Renaissance medicine greatly, which had in turn been influenced by Arabic medicine during the Middle Ages. By the 15th century, science had already begun its slow climb toward the more relevant in spirituality in the field of healthcare. However, many people stubbornly clung to the old ways, visiting local mystics instead of doctors. After the plague ravaged Europe in 1350, many doctors dressed in special plague gear to treat patients. To prevent contamination, they wore a cape coated in wax and a primitive gas mask in the shape of a beak.
This way. Quite a night.
Indeed. I only wish they were all as much fun. Oh, Wait, they are.
After this
We
title,
should
I'm
head
gonna
home,
take a break.
Ezio. Father's sure to be wondering where we've gone.
Yes, and I'd rather avoid a lecture.
Up for a little race, then?
To where?
Roof of that church.
Sounds like a deal. Sibling rivalry. Win the race against Federico. Let's do
On the
this.
count of 3. Uno.
This is a pretty simple race to win, by the way. Just gotta go this way.
Baby brother still has much to learn.
Hold on trying to get Mike to work.
No shame in failure, brother.
That was an old message I typed earlier. I don't know why it
Come on, then. This
came
way.
up again.
Where you going?
You'll see.
Alright, so we're gonna go to our very first viewpoint in Assassin's Creed 2. Viewpoints help you synchronize to the area, and it helps you get a pretty much lay of the surrounding areas and stuff like that to be able to see what's going on in all the areas.
It is a good life we lead, brother.
Best. They never change.
And may it never change us. All right. Enough of that. We really should head home. Let's go.
Wait.
What? Ezio, let Christina sleep.
There will be time enough for that. Later.
Ah.
Nightcap. Pay a surprise visit to the beautiful Christina Vespucci. First of all, we're going to sing to this viewpoint. Then it should tell me where some of the things are in this area here. And get pretty much a map established and all that stuff. Like right now, looks like we have an art merchant, a doctor over there. That's the doctor we visited over here earlier. We got a blacksmith, a tailor, and we got other viewpoints surrounding and all that stuff. If I want to get any maps for like basically treasures and stuff, I gotta go to an art merchant, which I'll go to that as soon as I am not in this little bit of a playthrough. So right now, we're doing our first leap of faith in Assassin's Creed 2 at Ezio Auditore into the haystack. And that's Vieri and his men looking for me. So I'm in the haystack, but you'll never find me. Alright, so social status icons identify level of danger and position of enemies. So basically, I gotta stay somewhat hidden. I can use haystacks, rooftop gardens, and benches to basically blend in, or walk into groups a little bit later, which the courtesans would teach me how to do that. Casa di Vespucci. Built by a distant great-great-uncle of the famous Amerigo Vespucci in 1350, the relatively unpresumptuous Vespucci residence is notable for displaying the first painted facade in Florence, a style that was later done to death by the Oltrarno district.
Christina! Christina!
Who's there?
Me!
Oh, Ezio. I should have known.
May I come in?
Fine, but only for a minute.
A minute is all I need.
Indeed.
Wait, that came out wrong.
A minute's all he needs. A minute, man.
Come here.
And we get to romance her.
Oh, Ezio.
Triangle. Circle.
Oh, Ezio.
Blow out the candle with triangle. He stays longer than a minute. He stays overnight.
Christina! Christina! Celia! Your tutor will be here soon. Come, my daughter. Is it really so terrible that... Figlio d'un cane! What is this?
Perdonate, messere! Chiedo venia!
I'll kill you!
No,
Her
that's not
father's
necessary.
mad.
Guards! Voglio la sua testa! No!
Alright, so we can look at information about Christina Vespucci. So, we'll look here. Date of birth, 1459. Profession, student, noble. Christina Vespucci was a well-known Florentine beauty and a favorite of painters, most notably Botticelli, who used her as a model for several of his paintings. Records kept by her father's guards indicate Ezio visited her frequently and that he was unbelievably dexterous, as the guards were never able to catch him trespassing. In addition to her looks, Christina also seems to have been somewhat responsible for jump-starting the career of her cousin, the namesake of a rather famous landmass. At a dinner party attended by Christina and among other illustrious guests, Lorenzo de' Medici says she was reputed to have been in conversation with Lorenzo and Manfredo Soderini about her cousin's brilliance as a sailor. Well, apparently she exaggerated his importance slightly to impress Lorenzo, and Lorenzo, claimed charmed by her beauty, agreed to hire him. Try Amerigo out. I bet after several years you're naming a shipping company after him. She was reported to have joked. Biggest understatement of the century. Alright, so now we gotta run away from these guards.
About time you were put out of our misery. You have me confused with someone else.
Could fight them hand to hand.
She needed some help with some things.
I'm gonna do this. Take the rooftop. Now, if you're in the yellow on the map and all that stuff, that means that's an area that they're gonna search. So what you want to do is you want to go to an area that's not going to be in the search range and all that shit. So right here, this rooftop garden would be perfect to hide in. So races are now available. So I can do races. But I'll be back for the second part of the stream here shortly. I'm going to go take a break real quick. If I'm not back, hope you guys have a good one. And I'll be back here soon, hopefully. But I'm going to exit the stream and restart it from right where it left off.